You're watching The Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Who would win, Batman or Superman? It's the age-old debate, except it's so much more complicated than that. Nerd Killer Warfare every week on The Experience is your chance to debate other nerds in the questions we've all been asking for years, except we take those debates and turn them up to 11. Go to bit.ly/EXP casting or scan the QR code to be part of the show. Get the inside scoop on everything happening at The Experience every week. Join our mailing list by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen and then watching your email inbox.
Hey, happy new comic book day. So because we missed Monday's show because of the holiday.
I wouldn't say anybody was missing it.
Listen, we were drunk off sake that day. So
I don't want to hear it.
So, here we go.
On deck, you had that waiting.
He did have that waiting.
So we got Preston in the house. We're Rubenstein, Joel, Ron, Stevie B's here. What's up, guys? So we missed Monday because of the holiday.
So today is 4 hours?
So sure. No, you got two for the price of one. You got both Alec and Robbie here tonight. All right, so it'll be an interesting new comic book day discussion. Want to say happy birthday to our boy John, whose birthday was on, and I heard what your wife said, which I find hilarious. So John's birthday was on Labor Day. And what did your wife say?
My wife is like, a sign that there's no justice left in this world is that the retired guy's birthday
is on Labor Day.
And everybody in our family is still working because they're less intelligent than
because they have jobs.
So, and everybody just kind of turned and looked at me.
So, listen, you look great for a man of 85. I tell you, don't look a day over, my friend.
I agree.
You know, I'm telling you, the horseless carriage, you saw some tremendous things being invented in history, right? When they invented paper so they could print his comic books. So,
some people did reach out. I said this on Facebook. I just want to say it again real quick. People reached out, they called, they text, whatever. Thanks so much. You know, people are busy. I don't really, I don't expect people to go out.
It was a bot. But I had JD write a bot.
Well, I also had, like Geico wanted to wish me a happy birthday. I'm like, yeah, I know, I got it.
Did he send you a car really cheap?
Guess who sent me? And this was funny. Guess who sent me a ticket for a free movie?
Who?
Regal. They wanted a
shocker. Yeah, you better cash that in before it's no good anymore. And weird. You're right. He could pass for 82. I agree with that. Weird.
Somebody used one of the apps, and when the little picture of me that was at my dinner, they used an app, and they really made me look like I was in my 80s. And the sad thing was, there wasn't that much difference.
They're like, no, this isn't an app. This is a new iPhone. It just takes sharper pictures.
Don't forget, in honor of John's birthday, someone is getting a $1,200 box of trading cards. 24 hand-drawn sketch cards.
So I'm helping somebody out.
That is
right.
Hand drawn.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yep. 2 in every pack.
That's why they're $1,200.
Didn't we have like an open pack?
Right here.
Yeah.
We did have an open pack, right?
So
I was thinking $1,200. Like what for some cards?
I love that one. When God said, "Let there be light," John flipped the switch.
So the pack, somebody decided to liberate some of the cards.
It was you.
So there's 12 of these in each box, 12 mini boxes in this case.
But you opened that on the air.
I was told they
Yeah,
were
but what happened to
complimentary.
the sketch cards?
You took them.
Ask John.
So, and then really nice, beautiful box. And what you don't want to do is wait 15 years. Like, who's the boxer? Logan something? He spent like $2 million on Pokemon cards. And they opened it up and it was like crappy cards.
They were like G.I. Joe cards or something.
I think they were G.I. Joe.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Pretty cool G.I. Joe cards, just not $2
That
million.
was Jake Paul.
Not $2 million worth.
That was Jake
It
Paul.
was one of them.
Paul
Jake or Logan
Logan.
Paul.
Oh, yeah.
See, that tells
No,
me
Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
that
two
tells
brothers.
that tells me you
They're
caught
two
too many
brothers.
shots.
Okay, one of them.
Yeah. It was Jake.
If I say the blonde, does that help?
No,
I
Okay.
may have
No,
used
not
those
at all.
sketch cards for a
If I say the
bookmark.
muscular one, does that help?
not at all.
I think they
One
both
got his butt
box.
kicked,
Or they both
but
fight.
They both get their butt kicked. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jake Paul. Yeah.
And look what John got for his birthday, because I was supposed to get cupcakes and I forgot.
The cupcakes would have been a lot cheaper, sir.
Now he's
Thank
got to
you
bring
very
back the
much.
other one he took last time.
Right.
You guys can find these. You guys can find these at what?
No gum, Marcus. No gum.
You guys can find these at the website. However, they will not come with the hand-drawn sketch cards that I use as bookmarks.
Ken Bird, what's going on, man? All right, so let me get. We got two best offer items, so let's get through those real quick. So, Star Trek Green Lantern Dynamic Forces variant, signed in gold by Jay Lee. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is a best offer book starting at $19.66. It's number 7 of 25.
I love this series, and I know that there are people out there that hated this. There was a period where they were doing a lot of like Green Lantern, Star Trek, Planet of the Apes. I thought that stuff was a lot of fun. It was well done. I think there was a second series of Star Trek and Green Lantern they did. It's just a fun read. I mean, even if you don't get this, and I see them sometimes like in dollar bins, and I'm like, really? This is one of those things where, go treat yourself. You can find all the parts somewhere, or you can hit up one of the retailers on the channel probably has it.
It's a super fun series, right? Because they did at this time you're talking about, they did Planet of the Apes, Star Trek, and they did Legion of Superheroes, Star Trek, Jay Lee cover is absolutely amazing. And y'all know me, I'm a big Star Trek fan, but this battle on the cover totally goes Hal Jordan's way. I'm just gonna say.
See, this is what happens when you let them get the cupcakes.
What do we have that at MSRP at?
$89.99.
What are we selling it for?
$19.66.
$19.60.
Oh, best offer, right? So, John, we know you don't like Batman, but we know you like Alex Ross.
I do like Alex Ross.
So, just to show everybody real quick.
The main picture still, yeah.
There we go.
There we go. So we got John this Alex Ross Batman.
What? No, you didn't.
But it has green gloves with Robin.
You didn't have to do that, but thank you very much.
All right, well, how about this then?
Man, that's awesome.
There we go.
That's the big surprise. There we
The
go.
funny thing is, I thought that's what it was. Wow.
What's crazy is that
Thank
doesn't
you
even
so
look like
much.
art. It just looks like a picture that was taken. Alex
Right.
Ross
Alex
is just,
Ross, man.
he's insane.
That's $1,000 Giclée. Don't tell anybody. And it's number 4 out of 100.
Wow.
Man.
Thank you so much, man. Wow.
Can I have the Vampirella archives back now?
You can-
John's gonna love that as
Wow.
soon as he cuts the other characters out of
That was
it.
the product.
He's just gonna cut out the Green Hornet.
He's gonna cut it out.
He's gonna send Robbie Batman
I know.
and Al AR Robin.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'd be cool with
And Alex
This is
Ross's
too cool.
signature
Pop it
is next to
back up.
Green Hornet.
This is John's birthday present.
Oh my God! Wow! Thank you so much. It looks like my wife is going to get something framed. I can see this coming right away.
Look at the bright side. She only has to buy the $80 Michaels frame. So,
Those frames are very expensive. I've got a bunch of art just waiting to get framed, but I don't want to pay for the
This
frames.
is neat. Thank you so much,
number
man.
4.
I really wow.
So
You're
go ahead,
worth it, John. You're worth it.
So what you guys get, John?
Hey, I'm here on my day off. That's why what I'm doing.
No, that's the gift.
Yeah.
This is,
You're starting to sound like Meghan Markle.
oh my God!
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Thank you
But it's
guys
okay.
Oh, dude, really? Dude, you gotta read other
She was in
news.
Suits, right?
I kept my mouth closed on this one.
Shoots, but
Oh my God, I can't talk to you people, man.
the real star of that show wasn't her.
Creep texting me about giving you a birthday. Oh my God!
All right, and that's personal between you and John, man.
That's thank God he's doing that on Facebook. Nobody on YouTube saw that.
So Stevie B's feeling bad.
And now they all saw it.
I had a custom frame for a jersey, and it cost me $400.
Yeah, getting stuff framed these days is not
I have
cheap.
a few
Yeah,
things that
it's
are
crazy.
framed that were not.
So for people who don't know, real quick, pull it out one more time.
Sure.
And don't forget it.
Yeah, right.
I
Let's show it one more
don't
time.
believe that will ever be a problem.
No, not that.
So this is there you go. We don't.
There we go.
This is a Giclée. It is printed on canvas. A Giclée is the highest reproduction you can have of any artwork, especially a painting. 70,000 nozzles were used to reproduce that Alex Ross image as a Giclée. It's as close as you're going to get to a painting as you can ever get.
That's crazy.
And you got number 4.
And John, before you get out of here after the show, remind me, we'll grab you a tube. So you can transport it home.
I don't think he has to worry about that one getting damaged much. I mean, he would have
You
to
never
rip
know.
it.
Yeah,
I know, but you never know. You don't want to get creased.
Just give him a rubber band and be done with it. Come on.
Just give him a rubber band, fold the
There you go.
certificate in your
Paper
pocket.
clip.
With this crowd, I'm surprised people didn't start bidding on it already.
Yeah,
So
Happy birthday, John.
Happy
Thank you
birthday,
so much.
John.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Nick.
We would have sung happy birthday, but then Kyle would have fired me.
well, if you want to see us tank viewers, that's one way. All right.
Imagine Kyle pops up on the mic. Nick, I've asked you not to sing before.
Hey, JD, you know what? For the giveaway, we're going to need a hashtag of some sort. So if you can come up with something there, buddy.
How about happy birthday, John?
Oh, that's a good one. Hashtag happy birthday, John's.
Yeah, that works.
That's
I like
too many letters, though. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll give JD a second. JD will
Thank you.
Hashtag John's worth it. I don't know.
Oh my God.
No, these cards are very, very cool though. Someone's going to be real happy. I've seen these at a trade show for more than $1,200.
Oh, there we go. All right, Preston, you got to put EXP at the end in caps.
Perfect.
And it's B Day. Happy B Day, John. EX.
Oh, happy. All right, so it is hashtag happy B Day John in lowercase and EXP in uppercase. Okay, so enter that to enter the drawing for the card set, the Red Sonja She Devil card set, valued at $1,200. All right,
And
so
all original sketches on those cards. That
Yes.
blows my mind. I really thought that y'all
Yeah,
had
sure.
really overvalued just a regular box of cards at first. And then, I'm just kidding. No, that's spectacular. Sketch cards, that's cool.
well, technically every box of cards is overvalued because it's really just cardboard with a picture on it.
Well, you would know you were in that industry in its heyday. So, and
I
it's all
was.
back.
I
It's all
was.
back now.
I was like, it was better than printing money. It was legal. All right, so the second book for our best offer tonight is Action Comics number 1000, 1940s variant, signed by Dan Jurgens in silver. Suggested retail is $69.99. It is a best offer book for $19.38.
Wow.
Nice.
I love the Steve Rude classic vibe and covers, man.
Oh yeah,
They're so
Sheldon.
good.
Sheldon, you're one.
Michael Cho,
No,
that's Michael
Okay,
Cho.
okay. So what did everybody do? So I have a true crime story, believe it or not, locally.
Ooh.
So, you read about these types of things on the internet and the news, and you hear about it, right? So I had one actually touch my universe. It's very, very weird how these things happen. So locally, not too far in Florence, actually, it happened.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
hear about it in the news?
I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. So in a town not too far away from here, where Rupenstein, why are you coming up as a new member? Anyway,
Because you just got a membership to the EXP. Thank you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Congratulations.
All right, because that green thing's completely different.
That just
All right,
confused.
so-
that really confused Rex. Did you notice that, Alec?
Yeah, I know.
It's just-
It-
What's a
it-
YouTube
it-
member?
My the extent of my IT knowledge is if it doesn't work, I start banging on the keyboard. So, Liz T, hey, thanks for joining us. So really weird. So you read about this nationally, and if you're on your homepage or whatever, Yahoo or whatever you use, and got a call from a friend. So I actually looked for it. So in a town not too far from us, there was a murder.
We should have asked everybody to super chat to chip in for John's present.
Yeah,
there you go.
And I really came in to say thank you, Werpenstein, for signing up.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Werpenstein.
Larsman signed up too.
Oh, cool.
We've got quite a few signed up so far. So
Excellent.
Thank you, everybody.
Looks like Triple B as well. All right,
Awesome.
so woman was found dead, blunt trauma, force to the head. So she was hitting the head with something, pretty hard, probably like a hammer or something.
It's going to be hard to end this story on a high note when you're starting with a dead person, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's not gonna. I never promised anybody it was going to end on a high note.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, there's no way this ends on a high note.
Yeah, no, I told you this is true crimes, guys.
And then the coroner said, boom.
So the boyfriend, of course, was number one suspect, as it usually is. So they found him a couple of days later, and he killed himself, and he was in his car in his driveway. This guy turns out to be somebody that I've met multiple times as a softball coach. He was a softball coach for a team based out of Hamilton, which is where Great Adventure is here. And it's just so bizarre. It's really weird when that type of thing touches you. Usually it's just a story in the news. So
yeah,
that's
was
wild, man. Why are you bringing it up, man? Like, what
are
we trying to do here? You're just trying to bring the mood down, man. It's John's birthday.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
His birthday was 2 days ago, dude. He's 85. Dude, he's seen 85 of them, man.
That means the birthdays are more important because there's fewer of them.
Yeah, but I'm making your birthday memorable, bro.
Wait, no, that's messed up though. That's really weird. That's gotta be weird, Rex. That's gotta be weird.
I gotta tell you, man, I'm waiting for all the gossip mill to start churning because I'm an old guy and I don't have too many forms of entertainment, so this is one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm invested now. Right. I'm
hey,
in the
Ron,
story.
Careful there.
Coaching softball is a little sketchy, so I imagine you're.
Yeah, watch it.
The only thing that would have made that story more riveting is if Robert Stack would have narrated it for Unsolved.
No, I'm just waiting for the knock at the door, Mr. Rex Wang. No, the answer to that is always no.
All right, so let me see. We got some neat stuff tonight. We got stuff signed by Jim Starlin.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
So we got some pretty interesting stuff, and some of it is Punisher. Just want to point that out.
Nice.
I'll be seeing Jim Starlin. I'll be seeing Jim in a couple of weeks at the Memphis Comic Expo. I did the panel with him here in April, and he's a super cool dude. And I was so busy that weekend, even though I did the panel with him and met him and talked to him, I didn't get anything signed. So I'm actually excited to get something signed because he was also at HeroesCon and he was in my hotel and I still didn't get anything signed. So this time I'm getting something signed by Jim Starlin.
So Marcus,
hey,
he was also
what's the show in Memphis?
What's that?
I was gonna say, what's the show in Memphis?
The Memphis Comic Expo. They got such a cool lineup this year. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Dan Brereington, Kevin Nolan, James O'Barr, Mark Waid, Ron Mars. Come on, y'all.
Wow.
And Rockin' Robbie's going to be running around. So, it's going to be fun.
Where's the actual reason to go?
It's in Memphis, Tennessee, home of Graceland.
I wonder how far that is from me.
Are really stepping up, which is very cool. I mean, I'm old enough to remember where if you went to a con that wasn't in like New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles or San Diego,
and free parking,
there was nothing going on. You could do the whole con. We went to a con in Cincinnati, and it literally was 3 hours. We were done, and then we just spent 3 days in like the riverfront bar drinking. We saw everyone, did everything.
That's a pretty impressive list actually of creators.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jerry the King Lawler is always there. Memphis is his hometown. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, Taki Patrick, what's going on? 62 lefty in the house. Marcus is asking about Elvis cosplayers. So Marcus actually brought up the squirrel. You will never even believe this. So I get a call. No. Now this is a different story. So I get a call from my daughter. I think it was last week sometime. And it was probably 9-10 o'clock local time. And all of a sudden, she's FaceTiming me, and the kid's got a baby possum in her lap in the car. And I literally said to her, "No, I'm not calling my friends. You're stuck. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know about it."
So is the possum living in your spare room then?
No, the possum is not. She took it to the same place she took the squirrel. So either they're carrying and releasing them, or there's some sort of satanic cult and they use them for living sacrifice. I don't know. I didn't mention that to my daughter because she'd get upset. But yeah, so she just it's getting crazy. She's just picking up. I'm like, you can't pick up squirrels. And then I said they could have rabies, and then she told me their body temperature is too low to get rabies. I didn't know that was true.
I'm not getting close enough to take.
It sounds like I'm just making something up on the spot, man.
I don't know. She sounded like, and then somebody agreed with her. A friend of mine said, "Yes, that's true." And I'm like, "What?"
You just hear someone else say, "Yeah, that sounds right."
There was one newsworthy thing. A friend of mine has a vacation house way up in like Sussex County, New Jersey. They have a mountain lion running around up there. It's been on the news a bunch of times, like 5 or 6 people.
I got to text my daughter. Don't pick up any stray mountain lions.
No, this is like a full-grown mountain lion. The belief is that it probably escaped from
a zoo
or something, and the intimation there is it was probably illegally being transported. Because who loses a mountain lion? I mean, let's be honest, it's a mountain lion.
Yeah, if it breaks out of a zoo, you usually hear about it.
When I first started seeing this like on local Facebook stuff, I'm like, come on, it's not. It's not a mountain lion. And then apparently it stopped in someone's yard outside of Sparta, New Jersey, and just hung in their yard. And this person had like a trail cam or Ring or one of the video things for their house. And it's there. And it's just sitting there looking like a mountain lion. And I'm like, all right, I was wrong. Maybe it's not a coyote.
So, JD, thank you for that bit of info. So maybe she was right. I don't know. Whatever. But I just couldn't even believe it. I'm like, just let the thing go. And she's like, oh, he's hurt. And I'm like, that's nature.
It's just like how JD was ready to Google that at a moment's notice. I need you on PCP movie night. Come on.
That's right. He's on it. He is on it.
He's probably got 4 or 5 interns.
Preston, what about the plague? That's a good question there, Preston. All right. So, let's do a bargain here.
Sure.
X-Men Curse of the Mutants, Smoke and Blood #1, signed by Clayton Crane. Suggested retail of I just realized
what
that as I picked this and I'm reading it, wasn't he involved in that whole acetate thing?
Yeah, and
a little bit more than that.
He's involved in a lot more now. That's why I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah,
he's
a short week, boys. All right,
we're gonna make a
we
movie.
got this one on sale for $19.63, and I may even lower the price on that.
I'm gonna leave the room when you put this up.
They're gonna make a movie out of Acetate Gate. You just wait and see. It's gonna be on Lifetime or something, but they're gonna make a movie.
Yeah,
some wild stuff going on, man.
That
was a crazy thing to wake up to today. I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an odd one.
Like just when you thought it was finally dead, no one's going to talk about it anymore.
It dawned on me as I'm reading it. I'm like, oops.
Oh my God, Rex! If you don't know, it got way crazier. It's like you can't make this stuff up. It's insane.
What happened today?
Go ahead and break it to him, man. Go ahead, tell him.
All right.
I'm gonna look it up eventually.
So this is based on what people. I didn't see the original video that the guy from Black Flag Comics made or posted. It turns out, like I said, I haven't seen the video. This is just based on what people were posting. It seems as though the main guy, I don't know his name, but I guess his wife left him for Clayton Crane.
What?
And he
this
was like,
way better than my murder story. What?
And he was like, we're not doing any more Clayton Crane exclusives. Oh man, I feel bad for the dude, man. But
me too.
Yeah, that's
dude. Oh my God,
they're gonna make a movie out of this, man. I'm telling you, man. Someone's gonna make a movie.
I'm gonna make an executive decision. Clayton Crane, X-Men: Curse of the Mutants, Smoke and Blood #1. $10.
Like it's insane. Like no matter what you were thinking, Rex, that was just like not on your list. Like you would not have guessed that. It's
dude.
Rex throwing out the home record discount.
People are.
I'm bringing it down to $10. 10.
People are oversharing. I'll tell you right now. If I was in even the most tiny microscopic spotlight of the public, if my wife shot me, I'd be like, it wasn't a great day. I would totally no sell or undersell that.
Oh my
there is
God.
No way I would take to social media and say,
Marcus, you're on your own, buddy.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. Way better than my murder story. This one's great. Holy crap. You know what? Now that I think about it, I did see somebody allude to something.
Dynamite wall of shame, man.
On my Facebook feed, but I just assumed they were referring back to the old story, so I never actually clicked on the link to the story. Oh my gosh, this is like a soap opera.
Yeah,
it could be. What if
brings the hammer down?
You know me, I got to put my tinfoil hat
all right,
on.
And Weird is claiming
it. You say that too? I tell them all the time. I have my tinfoil hat on at all times.
Oh, dude, you gotta show up for one of our conspiracy theory nights. But what if
claiming the home wrecker special?
What if this whole thing is just an elaborate setup? right? To like bring back the name. I'm just saying, what if this is all just kayfabe, right? What if they're
What's
just
really funny is when Ed Weird sells this book next year for like $1,300.
because it's signed by the lady as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good pickup, Ed Weird. That's actually a really cool cover.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Did not
Clayton
see
Crane
that
is
coming
great.
at all.
I don't know Clayton as a person. I've seen him before, but like, seems like a cool dude.
I
I met him in Oklahoma. It didn't even dawn on me as I'm putting the spreadsheet together, and I looked at it and read, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
When I lived in Oklahoma, I met him at a signing, and I talked to him for, I feel like 5 or 10 minutes. He talked to everybody. He was incredibly nice.
He talked to everybody's
I'm
wives
sure
and girlfriends, apparently.
I'm sure that's what the wife thought too. Wow, what a great personality.
He's so sweet.
He's so funny. I know what that's going for.
Wow. That dude had a really bad week, man. That's
Nick
awful.
from Comic Culture,
Yeah, it's
Hey, Nick from Comic Culture, what's up, man?
ain't going so well for him. I'll say that much.
Oh my Lord, that I did not see that coming. I
On
was
the
waiting
right
for
side, it really can't get much lower. Oh wait, there's this lawyer letter from Marvel.
I was about to be like, you just wait till they sell the signed acetate covered divorce papers. Then when that happens, it's hit the new low.
I only want a graded copy.
Here's what's gonna happen after all the acetates that he did without consenting to Marvel. That's how Marvel's going to send that letter to him with an acetate on it.
That would be great. Hey, what's in here?
Oh my God. That is way too funny, man. But
I feel incredibly bad for him, though. I really do.
Patrick, he seems like a cool dude. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
And I'm right there with John. Like, people do overshare. Like, this isn't something I'd be sharing and putting out. But he probably wanted to get ahead of it before it came out, because you know how that stuff works.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I feel bad for all parties involved, because this should be a private thing between the three of them.
I feel like
that's true. All jokes aside, this is something you know. All our names are Paul, and this is between y'all.
It sounds like Kanye and Kim Kardashian and what's his face. Oh,
some of these celebrities, I know more about their personal lives than people I'm related to, people I've employed or have employed me. It's weird. It's a little bit weird.
Or just random people you know on Facebook that you maybe have met twice in your life, and you know everything.
You gotta admit,
those are my favorite people, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, social media has changed the way people relate to each other. But we're at 6:29. We got a lot of books to cover.
We got a lot of books. We'll take a break.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
We got a full deck tonight too.
Get the inside scoop on everything happening at the experience every week. Join our mailing list by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen and then watching your email inbox.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite news show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Hi, this is Trish Forcer.
And I'm Tony Fleece. We make the Image comic book Stray Dogs. You're watching The Experience.
right, and we're back. All right, so let's do a Jim Starlin book.
Nice.
All right. So we've got Batman 10 Nights of the Beast signed by Jim Starlin. And first printing, but I'm guessing it's probably from his personal collection. From where
like a file copy or whatever?
Yeah. So we have one available, obviously, for $500 tonight.
Is this like the KG Beast? This is like a
yes.
Wow. Is that what this is?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's him right there on the cover, right? Doing the wrestling moves on him, right? Yeah. Jim Aparo artwork, good stuff.
Hey, so I ended up looking up that Memphis comic expo. It is a bit far of driving distance for me, my friend. I would have liked to go though,
bro. It's like how long is the drive?
15 hours.
Yeah. That's gonna be a little far to drive.
It's just like 3 for me, so we're good.
I
Get on the
fly.
plane, AR. Get on the come on, get on the plane. Get on a train. Get on the direct train.
No, see, I could do a train. Getting me on a plane though, that is a tough one. I do not like to fly.
Really? It's
No.
the safest way to travel still, even.
Believe it or not, I don't even like to travel.
That's what Superman said.
Yeah, right. I love to. No, I used to love to fly, and then it got real expensive because I got real big, so it always had to be in first class. The last couple times I went down to Florida, of course you have to be retired to do this. I took the train, and I got to tell you, that is the best, man. I'm sitting I got my own little room, my own bathroom. You're allowed to bring your own food.
The only train that I would take would be the auto train that you pick up in Virginia to Florida and back. Because the way that I think of it is that's actually worth it because it's a little long, but by the time you get to Florida, you have your car, so you don't have to rent a car. So I think so you kind of six of one, half dozen of another. But it is a little long. But I've heard good reviews about it, so that's something I would do.
The problem with that is the seats available on those trains are just seats.
Well, no, you can get those roomette things in those.
I thought the biggest problem was that they made you just sit in the car seat the entire time, so you just had to sit in the car.
That would be great, like a ferry.
Yeah.
By
the way, John, for my birthday, no.
I know, right?
He promises not to take any more books. All right, so let's do.
See, I didn't know that. When I was looking that up, I didn't see.
Yeah, they have the roomettes and.
That's what I travel in normally is a roomette. It wasn't.
Yeah, the auto train has those.
It might have been they didn't have it like that day.
That could be. I hear you got to book way in advance.
Well, it was a thing where my wife was carrying on about traveling, and finally I was like, "I'm not doing this," and she's like, "Well, there's only one first class seat and one whatever seat, and I'm not going to make my wife sit in coach. She's put in her time; she deserves a first class seat, but I'm not going."
Right.
In coach. And so I said, I'll meet you down there the next day. So she took off and I had the best time, loaded up my iPad with a ton of stuff I wanted to read and listen to. They're like, oh yeah, you can bring a food thing. So I brought a cooler, 6-pack of beer, all kinds of like charcuterie stuff or whatever. The shark.
Is there a fridge?
No, it was a chill bag, and then you just get ice from the.
Okay. What is this a plane? What are we talking? Is this a train or a plane?
Well, it's a train. It's an Amtrak train.
Yeah, it's a train.
An Amtrak. I feel like every time I've taken a train, the only idea I have of a train is what I've taken in Philly, and that's literally it.
No, I've never been on a train or a plane ever. And I've been watching lots of movies that are taking place on trains, and I still want to do that experience. Yeah, I've never been on a train or a plane.
You haven't been on a plane or a train ever?
Thank you.
No planes, no trains, just automobies so far. So out of that John Hughes film, I only got one.
I got that reference.
Yeah, Alabama is like it's like low key. People don't always jet around all over the place.
Hey.
I love how John always is trying to defend Alabama. No, I've never been on a plane, man. Like, I don't know. We've driven everywhere. The furthest places I've been, we've driven. So I don't know.
Well, my mom, when she immigrated to the United States, my mom was terrified of flying. She eventually got over it. She was always nervous about it. But when she immigrated in the country to the United States in the 60s, she actually took the QE2.
Oh, she wouldn't fly. That's cool.
But dude, that's like 30 days, man.
I'd totally be fine with that.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
The best days of the cruise.
The Queen Elizabeth II. That was a back when sea travel was still a mode of travel. You didn't just get on a boat because you were going on a cruise.
Yeah, now
a
people go on
luxury
a cruise.
You know?
Oh, see, I don't even want to ever go on a cruise. That seems like the craziest thing to me. I mean, it's a big floating hotel.
I don't really like it for two reasons. One is the norovirus that when it was getting around, and it would just like explode on ships because everybody's
a petri dish.
Right. So that was one reason. Many years later, but I found out my 2 times on a cruise, it was great. You know, I mean, you don't want to like give them a credit card and have that open bar bill because when it's time to disembark, you look at that. Whoa, $2,000. Are you sure? Okay.
Oh, have I told you the story?
Yeah, dude. Twice I did that.
Isn't everything not paid for, but all inclusive? Is that what the word is?
Everything's included except for
alcohol.
Except alcohol.
It's not worth it.
But isn't it just like
paying the bill at every bar? You're just signing your name. You can drink a lot of alcohol, man. Okay.
Yeah, when you're not having to pay the bill that night, that will add up. But isn't like now I've never been on a cruise. A lot of people around here go on cruises. It's a big thing. But isn't it just kind of like you're eating at the Golden Corral for like a week or two?
No.
Okay. Like is it good food?
There is a buffet, you know, but there are no sit-down restaurants and all kinds of stuff.
It depends on the type of ship you go on, and it depends on. There's no nice way to put this. It depends on the level that you want to pay. There are sort of like these Carnival cruises that a bunch of crazy kids hop on, and you're like almost. It's not quite the Golden Corral, but it's not that much better. And then you kind of go on. You know, then you kind of go on. You know, like the higher level cruise where there tends to be old people and not a lot going on.
Even the lower level cruises, they have sit down restaurants where the food is better. But you know, you got to make a reservation ahead of time. You know, because it fills up.
Sit at the captain's table. There's like a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at that. There's a meme out there where they have the Titanic next to the largest luxury cruise ship that exists today. Yeah. And it dwarfs the Titanic. The Titanic looks like a rowboat.
Today's modern, I think it was Robbie or Alex said it, but today's cruise ships are literally a hotel that they put sideways on like the superstructure.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, like a lot of people tell me the big thing isn't necessarily like, you know, a lot of people like to go and be on the cruise, but a lot of people like to go on vacation and just stay in the hotel room, right? But like the fact that a lot of these places stop at these islands and you get to go out and experience things. Like I've always been interested in 311 does a cruise. Kiss did a cruise for a while. My buddy Mike did photography there. I got actual original photographs of Gene and Paul from Mike from that tour. Like nobody else has these photos but me. Like it's super cool for a Kiss fan, right? But so I hear that that's a really good part of the experience. I know in the 311 one, they do a show on a beach on some island somewhere. They rent out the whole beach and they just do the show and people are out in the water watching
beaches. Yeah. A lot of the cruise companies do. Ronald did the Alaska cruise, which I heard is like beautiful.
Oh, I bet that would be really cool.
Yeah, it looks like Stevie B is going to be going next July. That's absolutely phenomenal. But
I feel like I just don't even understand how big these boats are. I don't think I've ever seen a cruise ship before.
You got to look at the meme, dude, compared to the Titanic, which was the largest passenger cruise ship ever built of its time.
See, that's one of the things on my bucket list. I want to take a cruise to Alaska.
Yeah, I heard that's so nice.
The crime rates are up on cruises.
To answer JD, amber was the color of their energy. Okay. Yeah, man. Anyway.
Wow, that's quite large.
All right, let's throw this out here real quick. We have actually came in the other day. We have a four cover connecting set. Edge of the Spider-Verse #1, 4-piece cover sketch art by Ken Hazer, of course, and the Amazing Spider-Man #1 homage. It's just retail $699.99. We have one available for $499.99, so just short of $500.
Man, if people say $200, does this automatically go to Ronald, or do they kind of?
No, Ron, I think got one already. I think Lars may have one up, but we had another one coming. So I figure if anybody got squeezed out last time, this is an opportunity to get on it. And it was, Ron, he was on a mid-size ship and it was 12 stories high. Here's the reason I would probably not do it again, which is really an odd reason, right? So my then wife, my daughter's mom, so we went on the cruise together and she would get motion sickness all the time on a plane, on a boat, or whatever.
I actually get really bad motion sickness too.
I thought I don't. I mean, I actually fall asleep on planes during turbulence. I find it to be very just relaxes.
You have
I don't
nothing
know why.
to live for, dude.
You still got that I bet Rex got one of them like vibrating beds from like a 1980s hotel room that he goes to sleep on.
Actually, they were invented in the 1970s. But anyway, so I've been on like fishing boats out in the Chesapeake. It's 4:00 in the morning. It's dark. Okay. We've already opened the first can of beer. The boat's going like this, and you have to, keep your feet. People are yakking over the side, and no problem. By 10 o'clock, I'm eating a big hoagie in the boat with another beer. Okay. The first mate's next to me, chumming the water. Okay. Nothing. It doesn't bother me at all. Get on a cruise. I'm like, I'm not worried about it at all. And then we finally leave the port, and you can just feel right below your perception this sense of the boat is moving a little bit. The boat's so big you can't really feel it on a conscious level, but somewhere on a subconscious level you can feel that roll.
I've heard people say that you want an inner cabin if you can get one, and not an outer cabin if motion sickness is a thing with them.
Yeah, that makes sense. But, which is actually cheaper, one of the inner ones. But it wasn't even that. It was just walking around on the boat. I could feel
the creative keep. After years on an aircraft carrier cruise ship.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. Thank
you
for your service, brother, but I have no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, I just thought it was so weird because I know I've been on a small fishing boat out in the Chesapeake Bay, and the tide is rough. You got wake all over the place. I'm drinking. I've been, by 10 o'clock, I'm hammered. Okay. There's like fish guts being thrown in the water with as he's chumming. I got no problems, nothing. People are yakking over the side. I'm like, you all right? But somehow that made me just, and then the norovirus came, and I'm like,
once they started having health issues, I used to be cruises a while back were my favorite thing to do because my wife could go and do what she wants to, right? She likes to be like adventurous, out to Costa Rica, I'm going here and there. I don't even leave the ship. My wife goes with the group, and I'm watching her, and before the shuttle takes her to the deck, I'm already at the bar, watching, waving as they all go.
You look this big to her.
You know what? And that's fine. I'm happy with that. I mean, anywhere we go, essentially all I want to do is sit and be left alone near a bar. So I'm happy, spend the money, do whatever you want to. But what I love about a cruise before they started having all these problems was I was outside but still in the hotel. Like I'm one of these people, I don't like to leave the hotel. I sit by the pool. I'm super happy because, look, I'm outside, everybody. I'm on vacation. But am I really? I'm just on this boat. And when I found out how much cheaper the interior cabins were.
Is it that big of a difference?
Yeah, huge.
There's a huge difference. I said to my wife, for the very first cruise we went on, I want to look out the window and see the ocean.
I was going to say, is that why? Because you get a nice view?
Yeah, I'm sure because of that. Right?
Some of the higher end cabins have like complete decks.
We had,
really?
we had what was called the sits deck, which I think is like a Norwegian word because we're on Norwegian cruise, right. And it's called the sits deck, and it's small. It's just two deck chairs. It's not like the full size deck, but I got to tell you, man, there's nothing like being out there, watching the sunrise, coffee or whatever. Coffee tastes better on cruise ships.
Y'all are selling me on cruises all of a sudden, man. Y'all are selling me on cruises. I think I want to go to one. I think I want to go to a musically based one.
Right? You should.
I ain't doing it
before. You definitely should.
But come on, AR, let's go, man. Nope. Let's start a comic book cruise.
I am not going on a cruise.
Like Clayton Crane. Like it'll be fun.
You sold me. All right,
you need a cougar cruise then.
But I'll tell you right now, Norwegian is great, but like when you're 50 and over. Like I went the first couple of times we went on a cruise, we went to Norwegian, and my wife, we were younger back then, and she's like, I'm here with my parents. This is terrible. And now it's the exact opposite. I'm happy. I told her right now, I don't even want to see a cruise where, oh yeah, we're gonna have volleyball. You go ahead and do that.
Volleyball on a cruise?
Oh, they have everything on a cruise.
Dude, you can go trap shooting on a
See, that's that I like.
There are water slides. I think there are even roller coasters.
They used to have driving ranges, but that's kind of like
they're huge.
Bad for the environment.
It's a floating city, no doubt.
That thing's giant, man. I'm looking at one right now. JD said check out Joko Cruise, and I am now, and that looks really cool. Looks like they have like different musical acts and stuff.
If you're on the top deck, Alec, and you fall off, you don't have to worry about drowning. Because at that height, when you hit the water, it's like hitting concrete. You're a dead man.
Is that
there
high?
ain't no drowning. Okay, you're
Yeah,
dead as soon as
dude.
you hit
If
that
you
water,
jumped off
bro.
of a cruise ship, it would be like jumping off of like a what? Like I guess a 12-story building or something, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I mean it's crazy.
And you should go on fun cruises. There's a Kiss cruise, like you mentioned. One of my friends
I'm
been
looking
on those
that
a
up.
bunch of times.
There's a cruise for everything.
Well,
They're all
the thing you really
they're
want to
themed.
do if you're a wrestling fan is go on the Jericho cruise, man, the Chris Jericho cruise, because you get like a whole night of AEW.
Chris
Dynamite
Jericho
on
got his
the-
own cruise. I know Weezer's got a cruise. Chris Jericho's got a cruise. That's got to be fun.
The Kiss cruise is actually coming up October 24th to November 3rd.
Yeah, my buddy Mike went because The Darkness was playing and this band called the Dead Deads. They work out of Nashville.
Wait, the Darkness from back, like I Believe in a Thing Called Love. Is that the Darkness?
Yeah, he knows it. They went on.
That's
He actually
awesome.
went on tour with the Dead Deads and the Darkness. After that, they met up and they formed a tour. But he said it was great. He said it was super fun. And of course,
You said I believe in a thing called love, and now I'm hearing that song in the back of my head.
he's got VIP though. He's able to go and eat whatever he wants. It's all paid for because he's like
That's
on
cool.
staff, right? So that's cool, man.
So JD's right. There's a Star Trek cruise. There's a cruise, a themed cruise for anything you can think of. All right.
Yeah, let's
So
do the
let me-
Dynamite cruise. When we doing that? You can bring me and AR. We'll
I'll
do
go.
a panel.
We'll have to drag AR onto
Yeah,
the
you
cruise.
might. I was gonna say you might have to drag me, but I'll probably be on there.
He'll wake up like, where am I? Oh,
He'll be wearing like 8 of those patches they give you for motion sickness or whatever.
All water surrounding me. Wait a minute, where are we?
All right, so we do have a new CCA today. Okay. Deceased #1, signed with Catwoman Zombie, cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is a 5-star at $50 book. We have one available.
oh, that's nice.
One of the guys found it for me when they were in the satellite warehouse. So they have standing orders. If it's something that we don't see in our regular inventory, pull it for me.
I like this because in a lot of Ken's work, it's so clean, you don't see a lot of texture and grit.
Yeah.
And this one, you get that texture, and I like that.
And I'm pretty sure we've never had this before.
Not on Wednesday stream.
Yeah.
Not on a Monday stream. So maybe Nick had it on Friday. I don't know, but this looks awesome. I love this.
There you go.
Yeah,
I really like Deceased too. Deceased is, I mean, I'm not a huge DC guy. I like their events a lot better than Marvel, but Deceased is really cool. It was really well done.
Great book, really cool world
right.
that's being built.
Looks like-
And also Dark Knights of Steel is another great alternate take of the DC
I-
universe that he's doing. Yeah.
I read that
Right.
first couple issues, and I agree. It was really good. I like what actually really like what DC's doing with some of their longer series, where they're re-releasing like issues 1 through 3 together.
Yeah, they
That-
like
that's
DC
really
versus
cool.
Vampires. They had a
Yeah.
coffin edition, and they're like $4 or $5 or so $6 or something for 3 issues. Like that's a really
Yeah.
cool way. As a retailer, I appreciate that because so many times people come in and they're like, "Hey, I've heard about this book," and you're like, "Sorry, can't get it, don't have it," and that will send somebody out the door and never back. So I love when they do things like that.
All right. I got you, Creative Keep. You're picking up the Catwoman Deceased #1.
That's
I
good
got you,
pickup.
buddy. It is. All right. So before we got to go to break, let's squeeze a few more books in here. So then we have Captain America Reborn #2. I think we had the color variant. This is the Cassaday black and white variant, signed in gold by John Cassaday. Suggested retail of $89.99. It's #3 of 50, signed in gold, and is one of our 5-star books at $50. And the Art Chemist, what's going on,
There
man?
it
Thanks
is.
for joining us.
Wow. That,
So JD says the ship companies tend to be very possessive of their family-friendly reputation. That's true. So they don't tend to like charters like that. But there are also themed adult cruises as well.
Yeah, I want to go on an adult one. I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of kids. Like, come on.
well, that's why I booked with Norwegian, because that's exactly what in my mind, I imagined sitting at the pool and just a bunch of kids running around. That's not. Instead, I wound up sitting at the pool and there was just like a bunch of seniors splashing in the water. And I'm like, man, don't you have like in the middle?
I want to go to the all-inclusive collars only cruise. That's what I
Oh,
want.
no. Collars, an all exclusive resort.
I was referring to Ed was talking about the hedonism Playboy cruise earlier. So I was saying that, yeah.
Who cares about the Playboy cruise? Does Hustler still do one? That's the one I would like. I'm just kidding.
He said, "I'm just kidding." No, you're not.
No,
I'm not. I'm not really, man. No, I'm not. Hustler's too far for me. Maybe Penthouse if they still did one. That's still a little classy. The People versus Larry Flint. Anyway,
Going off the rails tonight.
A Larry Flint class vessel will take you to any number of spots in and around Tijuana.
Who would have thought we'd been talking about cruises and Larry Flint tonight? Right?
I didn't have
Pretty
that
much.
on my bingo
The
board.
beauty of this
We
show.
covered murders to start off with.
We didn't have
See? I
murders.
set the
We
tone.
didn't have acetate gate.
Yeah, and then Alec added the
Well, would it be crane
the
gate
home
now?
record, the home record story.
That is still the craziest thing I've heard all day. I can't get over that. That story, there's too many twists and turns that you just could not predict.
It feels
And-
like a bad, like, I don't know, like a bad Hulu
Soap
series
opera.
that nobody's paying attention to or something, right?
Who knows?
It's fan fiction. That
I'm just
can't be-
excited that all these people that have been doing all these streams for weeks about it have something else to talk about now. Like there's
they're
going to
gonna
be
run
so
wild
many.
with this.
There's going to be so many more streams from some of our fellow comic YouTubers about this, and I'm going to check some of them out when when I got nothing going on.
yeah, there's been a ton of content. There's been a lot of people making a lot of videos.
Oh, I'm sure. All right, let's throw up a Frank Miller book. Daredevil number 25, signed in black by Frank Miller. Suggested retail of $299.99.
Not 29.
And we have one available for $168. I missed that, Alec. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
No, I said, well, whatever it was, 29 or 25. I said not 29.
We should have just made that $300. That's too long to explain, but almost $300, and we have one for $168. The one available tonight. Hand signed by Frank Miller in gold. With all
It's
the
cool to
interesting-
see Frank Miller's, to me, the best character he ever created, Elektra, taking the mantle of Daredevil, signed by the man himself. That's awesome to me.
I apologize, Rex. I do have two of those
Yes.
tonight. You meant the one with gold is $29.99 full MSRP, right?
Actually, I'm sorry. You threw up the gold. I was talking about the one in black.
Okay.
But I think I did say gold. So the one signed in black is $168.
There we go.
And the one signed in gold is $299.99. Sorry,
Does anybody
JD.
know why
I was probably my mistake, JD.
Anybody know why it's 168? Because that's the issue Elektra first appeared in.
Ah, look at that.
You know how Nick thinks. Come on.
You're
I'm
right.
not trying anymore.
Look, there
You're
it is
right.
right there.
Nick just stole your thunder. You just stole your thunder by typing that in.
No, he didn't.
Apparently, me and Nick are the real Elektra Frank Miller fans around here, not y'all, but that's okay. Y'all keep playing.
I am interested to see what they do with the new Daredevil series. I feel a little bit lost because I didn't finish reading this one and I didn't read Devil's Reign. Well, I didn't finish reading that one either. I feel a bit lost reading the new series, but the artwork is top notch.
Yeah, Chichetto's awesome. They'll get you. The problem is like the whole Devil's Reign thing should have just been Daredevil, right? Because that's what it is, and it's Daredevil. It doesn't work for me as a line wide event, but as just the finale of that era of Zdarsky's Daredevil and setting up the next era, it worked. So it's worth checking out. His Daredevil run's been really solid.
I think I stopped reading around. It literally was right before she took over as Daredevil. I ended up selling off the series. I thought, it's good. It's a little slow. I'd rather read it in an omnibus. And then it like completely took off, and I was like, oh, here we go. And then Devil's Reign happened, and I felt a little lost. I started reading Devil's Reign, and then I picked up issue 3, and I think it was issue 4, and nothing made sense. And everyone was like, oh, you got to read the tie-ins. And I was like, here we go with Marvel.
You ain't got to read the tie-ins. They lied to you. You ain't got to read the tie-ins. I don't even remember what I was going to say now, so don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
All right, Creative Keep. Yes.
Yeah.
JD, let's throw up the Edge of the Spider-Verse #1. 4-piece connecting cover. CCA by Ken Hazer.
I'll tell you what, if I had $500, I would absolutely be buying that.
It's a beautiful piece.
That's a hell of a deal for 4 sketch covers, especially that type of artwork.
What's always amazing to me is that, he can get it connecting in the first place, so it's amazing what he can do. We should have Ken Hazer cruise.
I remember what I was going to say. So Elektra and Daredevil, right, are now on a mission in the new run to go and take out the Hand. And who's one of the leaders of the Hand right now?
Oh
Punisher.
my God, that makes so much sense.
Think about where we're going. Oh my goodness, I'm so pumped.
I read the most recent Punisher issue, and small spoiler, but
Today's
when it
issue?
ended, today's.
Yeah.
And when that character showed up at the end, I was like, why would he even show up? But that makes a lot of sense then.
Yep.
That made no sense to me as to why he would just casually pop up like, hey, what are you doing here? I was thinking like, oh, my man, what are you doing here?
I'll go ahead and say it. 6 issues in, Punisher right now is my favorite current Marvel book. I love this direction for Frank. It works so well for me.
Wait,
so my thing.
Ghost Rider? Didn't he? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different book where the Punisher was a Ghost Rider.
That was a little while ago. That was a fun read too, though. Different, but very fun. My thing with
that's
the
like
Punisher,
an alternate future version of Frank, is what that is. Cosmic Ghost Rider. Yeah.
My thing with the Punisher series is I actually really like the flashbacks. I think that's the best part of it. I'm not super into what's going on in like the present day stuff, like in the modern whatever's happening then. It's not bad, but I don't care about it as much. But it works very well. I'm still reading. I'm going to keep reading it. Jason Aaron's a great writer. Artwork's solid too. I'm interested to see what they do with it. But the flashbacks, I feel like that's really, really keeping me in there. They're doing a great job with that.
Creative Keep, just real quick. The Spider-Man 100 homage. The books might be different. We can't always guarantee the same books they're drawn on, but it is the same book he ordered.
All right. Okay. You get that creative? He says he's driving, so his reception is a little choppy.
Yeah. So it may be different books, but it's the same homage. Which, look at this. I mean, like, look at how great that John Romita Sr. homage is. I mean, there's 20 characters there?
Yeah, I was about to be like, look how much work Ken's doing there, man.
I mean, you've got, oh, God. This was the big man. You've got Gwen Stacy, Aunt May, Mary Jane's mother, whose name I can't remember, Doc Ock. You've got Green Goblin, the Beetle. God, you got so many characters. I can't even remember them all. Kingpin, Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn. Hey, wait a minute. How's Norman Osborn and Green Goblin there?
And the big man.
What was his name? So Fosse or something? Foswell? Yeah. Chameleon.
I think you're thinking of Fonzie.
No.
Hey.
All right, I better leave. I'm old.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna do a quick rec scat.
We've only sold 2 books. How much?
Well, we've covered quite a few.
Okay.
All right, so we'll be back.
Good
Stay with
job,
us.
Dale.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
Hey, it's producer Kyle. If you like going places where the action never stops like Las Vegas, the Caribbean, and Atlantic City, then you're probably not who I want to talk to. But if you want to surround yourself with amazing comic books and comic book content made by a devoted group of smart and funny industry insiders, the Experience Members Club was made for you. You can join the experience by becoming a supporting member of our YouTube channel. You get access to exclusive content that no one else gets, like members-only live streams, pre-sales, one-on-one Q&As with production staff, and other content that's exclusively for members. Plus, for a limited time if you sign up now, you'll be entered into our giveaway of a slabbed comic book. Just call this 1-8... Wait, hold on. It's 2022. No one makes phone calls anymore. Scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen or just visit the membership section of our YouTube page and you'll be on the VIP line of the comic book buffet, baby. Look at the size of those perks. Join today and I'll be saying, who loves you, baby? Me. The answer was me.
Hi, I'm Jacob Murray, writer of The Eighth Immortal and Court of the Dead comic from Sideshow Collectables, and you're watching The Experience.
All right, and we're back.
Oh, hello.
Just a reminder. Yep, there we go. Hashtag Happy B-Day John in lowercase, EXP in uppercase, and you will be entered to win for a chance to win the Red Sonja She-Devil card set, valued loaded with sketch cards, valued at $1,200. So make sure you do that. We'll do that drawing probably right after the best offer items close. All right, so real quick, I'm going to throw one more book out there, and then we're going to do a Rex cap real quick. So this one's a bargain. Draculina #4 FOC 1-7 ratio incentive virgin cover. Just at retail of $50, and we have the one available for $14 tonight, or $15. Sorry, I don't know why I said 14.
You said 14. It's got to be 14 now.
All right, 14 then. We'll make it 14 because I misspoke.
It's the collar discount right there.
Yeah, the collar discount. All right, let's do a quick Rex cap. All right, so starting off, we have Preston, you got it, Preston. All right, so Preston's picking that up. All right, gotcha. All right, so Star Trek Green Lantern Dynamic Forces variant signed in gold by Jay Lee. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is a best offer book starting at $19.66. Let me see. All right, and Weird, you're claiming the Vampy.
Yeah, I think Preston got it first, or
No, he claimed Draculina.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so and Weird, the Vampyverse, the Vamp #1 shot, is that the one you're referring to? Let me know, just so we're clear. I don't want to put you down for the wrong one. But if it is, that one's just retail 50 is also available. This time, let's say it right, 15. All right, so and we're just confirmed that that's the one you want. Vampyverse presents the Vamp #1. And Weird, you're gonna bust my sons for $1 fine. And Weird, you got it for buddy.
I think he was trying to bid on the Draculina. I think he just said Vamp. I know. What? Anyway.
Oh, I see what happened there. Okay. And Weird, actually, Preston jumped in before you, my friend, on the Draculina, so he claimed that one. Mm-hmm. The Vampyverse, the Vamp #1, one-shot FOC 1-7 ratio virgin incentive cover, just retail 50, is also going to be available at 14.
See, and so, that's not bad for a Carmen Sandiego exclusive variant.
There you go. All right, so time for the Rex cap. Here we go.
I mean, does she not look like Carmen Sandiego?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I'm just saying.
All right, so that's the one you wanted, Weird. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, buddy. All right.
Hey, Robbie, since I know you're a big horror guy, have you had an opportunity to read the Razor Blades, either the magazines themselves or the hardcover that recently came out?
No, actually, I have not.
I recently picked it up, and I'm going to be honest with you. I felt pretty disappointed in it. Maybe that's just me. I got about half. I think I read half the book in one sitting,
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Razor Blade magazine?
Yeah,
Or-
it's an anthology thing, right? So there's a bunch of other creators that come in there. I think some friends of mine were in there. I think Rich may have been on there and Liana maybe, but I know there's a bunch of different stuff in there, and I know they put out that book, but I haven't been able to get a hold of one yet.
It's issues 1 through 5, but in reality it's a magazine 1 through 5, and I think there's about 13 stories per magazine issue. And I say I was disappointed in it. I knew what I was getting into with the horror anthology, just short stories, but it's as if you're reading a new story every 3 or 4 pages. And it's
are they that short?
Yeah, it's really that short.
What I love the old school EC stuff, like Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, Haunts of Fear, and those stories are a little wordy or whatnot, but like
it's not like that at all.
See, because in these kind of things, what they need to do is they need to have a setup and a shocker at the end, right? They got to have the setup and the punchline, basically like a good joke. They got to have a shock ending. They got to have something to be like, whoa, to make it memorable, because otherwise when you're done with that magazine, you only remember maybe like a third of what you read.
I was going to say there's a few, so like I said, I got about halfway through the book. There's a couple that I still can actually think of where I was like, yeah, that was really good, even for a few pages, but there's almost zero development in it feels like there's zero development in anything. And it's just, 2 pages goes by and now we're on a new story. It's like,
well, in short stories, and that's the thing you have to deal with in short story form, especially in comics, because you already have so much limited space to tell like a character driven story in a 25 page comic. So to have to do that in 5, like you really just got to wow us with art and hit us with a punchy ending. Right. So you won't, you don't have time to do that, because otherwise you'd be reading nothing but words and it would take you so long to read 3 pages. You'd be like, what's going on here? I'm bored.
Yeah, it's tough. It's for a big horror fan, I still suggest it. But at the same time, as myself, as I feel like I am a big horror fan, I tend to, if there's a new horror comic coming out, that's what I lean towards. I was a bit bummed out.
I can feel you. I'll check it out one day, and if I do wind up liking it, I'll make a video says AR Comics is wrong.
There are good stories though. There are good stories.
Present it to them on the cruise.
I'm just saying, I'd get a lot of hits on that. I think they'd be like, "What's going on? There's some comic book drama."
Oh my god! I mean,
let's start a fake feud, man. Maybe we can see what happens. Who knows?
I feel like people do that. There's just no way that there's so many people in the comic book community that even make videos that are just so willing to put their business out there and just go at other people and just name drop people. It's like, why would you do this? This is none of your business. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Alec wakes up and he's got 380 notifications. What?
Well, we've seen it with some people that we know, like over these last few weeks. Like, there's this legitimate beef that has come up, and I feel like we're in a Nas versus Jay-Z, Pac versus Biggie kind of world right now.
It's
with
insane.
Some of this stuff. It's
and
wild,
I've had people reach out to me, and they're like, "AR, are you gonna make a video?" And I'm like, "On what?" They're like, "Well, your take on it."
Yeah, what side are you on, bro? What side?
My take is that it's none of my business. It has nothing to do with me.
The only take I have is get off YouTube, man.
Yeah, we just tell you to ask Clayton Crane what he thinks about it. I don't know, man.
Nice.
I read books and tell you I like them or I don't like them. I don't care what people do.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
Well, I kind of do. Depends.
Yeah, well, you're the one that says you don't have enough entertainment in your life.
Maybe if
you gotta like get onto like
you would
murder.
be so bored.
I just want everybody to know Rex thinks that TV ended in the year 2000 when DVD started or something. Like, I'm just gonna let y'all know that. Okay.
You really want to revisit that?
Go on Instagram. Instagram is like the worst place in existence. I'm telling you what. I barely go on Instagram anymore.
Instagram's great, dude. Have you been on Twitter? Have you seen Twitter?
I do not do Twitter. I
spend an inordinate amount of time on Twitter, and let me tell you, there is not a more wretched hive of scum and villainy than Twitter.
I believe that. I believe Twitter's probably the worst, and I feel like Instagram's got to be up there as well.
Twitter makes me feel good because I get on there and I see a post from John Cole, and it says, "You can reply to this conversation." I go, "I won't. But it's nice that I can." So thank you for that privilege, John.
Neil, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I got to tell you, I don't have a lot of social media, as my daughter reminded me. But, the old man social media is Facebook.
Look, I'm playing games. We know, Poppy.
Well, no, you're sitting there at home, you had a couple drinks, and I get caught up in some post that's just like so stupid, right?
No.
And then you get into these long retorts.
Did you wind up in Facebook jail? Did you?
I have never crossed the line. I have put a few people, not personally, put them in Facebook jail, but I've antagonized them enough that they cross that line. And then, it's almost kind of like you're both speeding, down the road, and the cop comes by and picks one of you and pulls the other guy over. And then you drive by, you make a U-turn, you drive by and you wave like a jerk, like, "Hey, how you doing, buddy?" Okay. So it's kind of like that.
I've done that a few times, actually.
I can't help it. So there have been moments where I've been, it's late at night, I've had a couple of drinks, I'm sitting at home, I'm bored, and somebody just says something completely stupid. Preston, that's grandpa social media, MySpace.
MySpace were the days, man. It wasn't.
That's my first social media that I've had. Is MySpace.
It's really crazy how Facebook.
Once in a while, you throw up a picture of a plate of bacon, and everybody was like, "I love you," and then you just went on your day.
I had a live journal before MySpace. I have to.
What was it? Zanga? Yeah. Was that what it was? Was Zanga?
I had live journal. I remember that, and that was a place where you would like write blogs and post them up to your friend group or something. But MySpace was weird, man. It was all like glittery GIF images and just all kinds of. Facebook has changed the game. It's way different nowadays, man.
Oh yeah.
I think my MySpace page is still up there. And your best work. Do you remember how much you would like? Anybody that had a MySpace page, I was in my 20s, so like how much time you would think about your profile song, and you would look up what code to use to get the Iron Man finish on your profile or something like that. Man, it's so weird. Yeah, GeoCities. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Manny. Thank you, man.
GeoCities. Yeah, listen. I remember Napster. I actually used that.
I remember Napster. Yeah,
it
took like 8 hours. It took 8 hours.
They all got busted.
8 hours to download a song on Napster. By the way, it was a long time ago.
It was rough.
Dial up, baby.
I had LimeWire. I had Kazaa.
Oh my God!
WinMX. I had WinMX as well.
That was.
And you burned them straight to your Sony mini disc, weren't you, man?
Those were the days.
People completely forgot. All these suburban moms were doing these crazy things on Vine for like 3 months, and then
what was always amazing to me is how quickly
for the contest.
What
do we know? How many?
You have to ask JD. JD, they want to know how many people have entered into the contest.
We need more people to enter this contest. Let's throw up that hashtag again.
Come on, tell your friends, 15, tell your family. Make sure you're in there.
What's always amazing?
Like share us, please.
What's always amazing to me was how quickly MySpace got crushed by Facebook.
It
was literally a matter of months, and it was gone. Download songs over dial-up. I know dial-up, dude. I remember my first dial-up. I was so excited.
I remember it took a whole day to download the X-Men trailer in 2000. Like when the first X-Men trailer, I was like, "Oh, it's here! Let's download it." It took all day. We were waiting for that 2-minute trailer.
Oh man!
All right, so let's get.
Someone's going to complain that they didn't win these cards because they didn't enter, or they're going to say, "I didn't know to be in the thing."
It says right there.
This is
hashtag Happy B-Day John EXP to enter our.
This is legitimately, I think, the coolest thing we've given away.
So, all right, where Rubenstein's in there. All right, let's. I never even finished the Rex cap.
I'm excited, man. One of our people are going to.
What did y'all expect was going to happen? You have me and AR here. We're going to talk about Punisher. We're going to talk about infidelity. We're going to talk about.
I didn't see the infidelity one. That came out of nowhere.
Telling you, that one was not on the checklist. Didn't think it was going to happen.
Cruises, Kiss.
Cruises.
Now, speaking of Kiss, I don't know if you've ever seen Kiss. I saw them in OKC a couple years ago when I was still stationed out there. That was the best concert I have ever seen.
I saw them. I saw them in 2019 when they started their final farewell tour.
That's the one I saw.
So I finally saw him. I saw him in Nashville. Those dudes are in their 70s. They rocked the house down. They still do everything. Spitting up the blood, pyrotechnics. Like I was in nosebleeds, right? I could feel the pyrotechnics. It was insane. Paul Stanley's up there on like a a hoist being
like
they're
flying
across the
around.
around. Like, be careful, this dude's like 68. Like,
it was insane.
They know how to perform. I mean, it's a show.
It was a show.
It's a show. Everything involved. Lopez 719. Thanks for joining us, man. So all right. So let's do.
I'm envious of Ed Weird, by the way. 23 times you've seen Kiss. Wow.
That's a lot.
Wow. I know. You can tell he's in the Kiss army. That's sort of
that's
what do you make up your face as when you go see him? Detroit Rock City? What's going on there, man? Are you the star child or what's going on?
This is the very first concert I saw. I was 12 years old.
I was in middle school, and all the boys in middle school hated Ace because all the girls in middle school loved Ace, and you remember those temporary tattoos? All the girls in my 8th grade class walking around with the picture of Ace Frehley on their arms. Oh, we couldn't stand Ace.
And now I'll tell you what, I don't care what anybody says. On Monday, I saw My Chemical Romance in Philly. That was like living a childhood dream right there. It was the craziest thing.
Dude, I'm so envious. That's gotta be so awesome. I'm so glad they're back, and Gerard looks like he's doing good, man.
He lost an insane amount of weight. He looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's some of my favorites, man. I love. Have you read his comics? Have you read the of course Umbrella Academy, but like True Lies of the Fabulous Killjoys? And
I'm waiting to get that the second hardcover. I don't know what that one's
National
called.
Anthem?
Yeah, National Anthem. I think
that's out. The big one. I got that, dude. It's awesome.
I just never got it, but he's surprisingly way better than I thought he would be at writing comics.
Yeah, he used to be he was an intern at Vertigo back in the 90s.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's when he first met Grant Morrison, and they're super friends, and Grant Morrison's what got me into My Chemical Romance and Gerard Way, to be honest. Anyway, we're still in the Rex Cap, right?
Oh yeah, the Rex
Cap. These guys don't even know what My Chemical Romance is, bro. They don't. I'm telling you.
Ron says if you get a chance to see Kiss live, let's see, where'd it go? Just disappeared. If you get a chance to see Kiss live, sit up front. You can smell the Bengay. It's like being on stage. That's how you know they're old, because young people use Icy Hot. They don't use Bengay anymore. All right. I think we were doing the Rex Cap. All right. Action Comics number 1000, 1940s variant, signed by Dan Jurgens in silver. It is a best offer book starting at $19.38. All right. And then we did Daredevil number 25, signed in black by Frank Miller. And we have one available, Elektra's first appearance, number 168. So we have it for $168. Then we have Daredevil number 25, signing gold by Frank Miller. And we have one available for $299.99. Action 100. All right. And weird. Hold on. Let me get back to that. Okay. Ed is in for 1930.
I see that Creative Keep said that he saw Vanilla Ice a couple weeks ago, and silly as it sounds, he put on a good show. Baby. I saw Vanilla Ice several years ago, and I got to meet him. I'll have to send you guys the picture one day so you can just throw it up anytime. John's talking about how he knows and talks to people, because I met Vanilla Ice. But he does put on a good show, a lot of energy. And when I saw him, I was so pumped, y'all. He did ninja rap, and it just blew my world, man. It was awesome.
On a serious note,
I don't him on HGTV doing house stuff.
Yeah,
he's got a show where he renovates houses.
Well, he ran into some trouble, didn't he? Wasn't he accused of burglary or something? He stole somebody's.
He had that home repair show, and apparently he was I guess they were buying more equipment than they needed and keeping it or something like that. There was some kind of Martha Stewart thing going on there. I don't know.
All right, all right, let's finish up the Rex Cap. So we got Batman 10 Nights of the Beast, signed by Jim Starlin. First printing, and we have one available for $500. And then we have Edge of the Spider-Verse number 1, 4-piece CCA connecting set by Ken Hazer.
I love what Ed Weird put up.
ASM number 100 homage.
God, you should put that. There it is.
Suggested retail of $799.99. Nick corrected us. But we have one set available for $499.99.
I'm surprised.
Was that the longest Rex Cap ever, by the way?
Yep, it might be.
It's 20 minutes long.
I was going to say, I think that was going for the whole time since the last break.
Yeah.
You
so-
burned 22 minutes repeating.
No,
that
you
stuff.
guys keep interrupting me, dude. So a Vanilla Ice concert, what is it, like 20 minutes?
Oh no.
No,
You know,
you
he's
got
had
two
so many
songs,
albums.
dude.
Like he did that album in like 99 or 98 called Hard to Swallow. Ross Robinson produced it,
album? I had
where he
no
went,
idea.
bruh. Then after that, he did Bipolar, where one disc was hip hop and the other disc was rock. Y'all, Vanilla Ice throws down. I'm a huge fan of Vanilla Ice, man. I was that age though. When Vanilla Ice, when To the Extreme came out,
I've never heard anybody speak so passionately about
dude, I
Vanilla
love Vanilla Ice. When To
Not
the
even
Extreme
Vanilla
came
Ice.
out,
I don't think I've either.
When To the Extreme came out, I was 10 or 11 years old. Y'all, I was like the white kid in a school that loved rap. And so like Vanilla Ice was the first white rapper I'd ever seen. And like, I don't know, man. I love Vanilla Ice. Whatever. And every time I do karaoke, I do Vanilla Ice. I do Ice Ice Baby, and I kill it every single time. And if you don't believe me, ask Bueller from Comics with Bueller, because he was there.
And weird, not everybody can see you because you're watching on Facebook.
Man,
but I got to read.
Experience cast part.
I got to read this one. Vanilla Ice takes all 12 fans out for free water ice after the show.
That guy sells tickets, man. People love to see him. It's a nostalgia thing.
Taken from the man who just turned 85.
Yo, take heed, because I'm a lyrical poet. I'm about to get up in this. Come on, man. Let's calm down.
You see that?
Stop hating on Vanilla Ice right now. Let's just move on. I'm just kidding.
I'll end the stream right now. You talk
We'll
one more
finish
bad
this
thing about
on your
Vanilla.
show on Friday, Robbie.
He was in Secret of the Ooze. Yeah, we're gonna debate Vanilla Ice. Let's do it.
Just like his concert. That'll be 15 minutes.
Oh, whatever. It was a great show. It was super fun. It was super cool meeting him. He was a fun guy.
Triple B, word to your mother.
There you go.
Oh, cool as
right,
ice reference, JD. Nice. I love that.
All right, so we have. This is another one the guys found for me. Never seen this one before either in our inventory. Namora #1, signed in silver by Ramona Fraden.
Oh wow!
And it is number 34 of 100, signed in silver.
Holy
Ramona, obviously a legend, and my notes say that she's 95.
She is. She was in it was this year, I think. Rachel Holland took a picture with her in costume for, I think, I can't remember what it was, but it was in one of the costumes, one of her characters. It was really cool.
So we have one available for $69.99. Creative keeps backing you up, Robbie.
Thank you. Because it's my town that created all the bass sound. Enough to shake and kick holes in the ground. Come on.
No wonder you like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Dude, Secret of the Ooze is it, man. Come on, man.
That's a great movie.
That is a great movie.
I love the movie. I
How
love
long
both
did you
those
have to
movies.
wear a shirt and tie in the real world before you came to comics? Because I feel like it's harmed you in some way.
Why would you cut the oxygen flow to my brain?
Everybody knows those things just drain your soul, man. Dress shoes and.
All right, everybody remember, for an opportunity to win Red Sonja She Devil card box, the entire box set, you have to put in hashtag Happy B-Day John, lowercase, EXP, uppercase, to enter the drawing, valued at $1,200, and you will get the entire sealed wax box there of the card set. All right, so Preston, you win.
No gum, but if you send me your address, I'll send you a stick of Wrigley's. So
I will tell you, I saw Prince in concert, Purple Rain, when I was in college.
Cool. Dude, that's so cool. When you were in high school?
When I was in college, dude. I'm older than you.
Okay,
so
that's like 80s.
Prince. Yeah, that would have been mid 80s, I guess.
Dude, that's prime Prince right there, man.
Yeah, 85. I have to tell you, it was a phenomenal concert. And you know how you go to some of these concerts and you can tell they're when their album comes out or whatever, they're using auto-tune. Like, damn, you can't hit a note if we put it in a bag for you. Okay. Prince, not a problem. Okay.
Man,
so cool.
The brother could sing. I mean,
that sounds so cool. Do you remember his Super Bowl show? It was so amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And it rained when he did Purple Rain. Like I cried that night. I swear. I think I cried watching a football game.
I saw the movie when I was in college, and then the concert came out a few months afterwards, my next year in college. And you know, we all went, dude. And I got to tell you, you lost nothing in the concert. The concert was better than the movie.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was just, he was an absolutely phenomenal performer, and he could sing. The guy could really sing.
He came here one time, and he played. It was in the early 2000s, late 90s. He came here to my town. He played the show at the Von Braun Center because NASA's here and stuff, right? But I didn't get to see it. I was like a teenager, but he went to our movie theater that I later worked at, and he wound up renting out the whole theater so that he alone could watch Pootie Tang. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So it was always a story that we hold on to here in Huntsville, Alabama.
That's
1984 was a year for concerts.
It was,
especially if you drove up to what we used to call the Meadowlands.
Oh yeah,
like Prince was there, and not more than 2 or 3 weeks later, Duran Duran was there, and that was where they filmed the scene in MTV where everybody was in the front and they just blasted the water on everybody during the reflex.
My ex-wife
there was a lot going on.
My ex-wife was a huge fan of Duran Duran, so we went to a concert. It was in Washington D.C. And they couldn't carry it out. They live. It was very disappointing. They definitely made heavy use of the auto tune. They
the production, right? Like they have to.
They couldn't carry a note.
Well, I've seen plenty of bands that disappoint me like that. Everclear has been one in my mind that, like, every time I see them live, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Art's got laryngitis. I'm like, really? Every time? Every single time? It's not good. But it's cool. Like, you saw, I just saw Jack White, right? And
oh, nice. That's really cool.
Yeah, he came. We just built this. Huntsville's now the biggest city in Alabama, and we built this new Orion amphitheater, and we got this new music hall. And it's awesome, right? And so we're getting a lot of cool acts. Like the Roots are coming here next month. But so I went and saw Jack White, and I never got to see like Prince. I never got to see Led Zeppelin. I never got to see Jimi Hendrix or anything. Seeing Jack White was like the first time in my life where I saw like a virtuoso. Like, this dude is insane on the guitar. That was such a good show.
That's awesome.
So wait, now you said you thought Duran Duran couldn't sing.
Yeah, right? I was very disappointed.
Yeah, it's just gonna be the three of us when we come back from the break, guys.
Yeah.
But,
you can try,
so I think four of us together could do Duran Duran at karaoke pretty well. In fact, one of my favorite Duran Duran songs is my favorite James Bond theme song, and that's A View to a Kill. Yeah, love that song.
So Ron, we must be approximately the same age. So he mentioned, and he's right, Sheila E. was the opening act for Princess Purple Rain tour. And she was amazing.
That's even crazier. That's awesome, man. Oh, my goodness.
She was absolutely amazing.
Rex, you're kind of cool, man. I thought you were a square when you were a kid, but you're kind of cool, man.
Square? Who uses that anymore? Well, I got one better than that.
84 was Madonna, and the opening act was Level 42. A band nobody remembers anymore. Well, we barely remember Level 42. Google Level 42.
I don't remember. I don't know Level 42 either. I love Madonna though. I'm a huge Madonna fan.
In the space
Madonna is awesome.
In the space of about 8 or 9 months, the entire top 100 bands in the 80s were in tours somewhere in this country. They did a special about it. It was called like 1984 on the Road or something. And they talked about how if you lived like in Chicago or if you lived in Washington or between Philadelphia and New York, you were seeing concerts that would become legendary like every other week. Like people would be like, are you going to a ball game? And you'd be like, no, this week I'm going to see Madonna.
So Kenneth Bird has an interesting question. So Kenneth, you don't have to be here for the giveaway, but if you've never claimed anything, you do need to fill out, if you've never claimed anything on the show, you do need to fill out a submission form, which JD will throw up. So this way, if you are the winner, we have your contact info and can let you know and know where to ship it. All right. So you do not have to be present, but you do have to fill out a submission form. All right. And we do have to go to our last break, but go ahead, Amy. Just walk in.
Real quick, Marcus, we know you're worried about your Hulk set, but good news, it is on its way and should be at your house Friday.
My house would be great.
Cool. Happy birthday, John.
Yeah, second birthday.
Yeah, Marcus, you should get by the end of Friday.
All right. So we're going to take our last and final break. We'll be back in a couple minutes, so stay with us.
See, Preston Level 42.
Did you know that every experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the _EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
This is The Experience.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey there, hi there, hello there. You're as welcome as can be.
Hi, I'm Nancy McCann. Welcome to Friday Night Live on The Experience.
Welcome, everybody. It's Fat Jack's Comic Crib. Brendan, Al, Jason, hanging out.
There I am. Welcome back to Kicking It with Henry, folks. I am your host, Henry Kumpa. It's great to be here with you guys.
So we are going to talk about books that are in stores this week.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mishmash.
Hello, and welcome to the Black Comics Universe, presented by Peep Game Comics.
And you gotta love it that the first people in to minute to skim it are creators.
Up, everybody! Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal Ambrosia.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Space Cadet.
Hey!
What's up?
Welcome, everyone, for another episode of I Must Ask You a Question.
Hi, everybody! Welcome to Nerd News Now.
Hey, this is Rex. Welcome to Comic Collectables.
Hey, hello, all you happy people. Welcome to the Dan Wickline Show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is the crazy show that we do on Thursdays called What's in the Box? What's in the Box?
Comic culture and sales.
Hi, my name is Brian Phillipson, co-writer on Weed Magic and co-founder of Bliss on Tap Publishing and home of Duel, and you're watching The Experience.
We're back.
I was just sitting here saying, now I'm thinking about how much money I wasted in concerts, comic books, pro wrestling over like the last 30, 40 years. No wonder people give me a dirty look all the time.
John, and until you had your movie pass,
I've thrown away a significant amount of money going to see stuff.
Do you know who this guy is? Hey, John, real quick, you're a wrestling fan, right? Big wrestling fan. Do you got any comments on the John Cena controversy going on right now?
What controversy is this?
I've been wrapped up in the AEW controversy constantly on the internet. The Cena thing I haven't had time to dial into yet, to be honest with you.
What is the controversy?
What?
Yeah, I'm interested. All of it. What?
Preston just said that money is not wasted. Go ahead, let him know what the Cena deal is.
The CM Punk stuff. The CM Punk. Did
No,
I
the
say Cena?
Yeah.
Did I say Cena?
Yeah, you said Cena, but
I meant CM Punk. I'm sorry. And I'm not plugged in, but like people were telling me about it today because I've been hearing about it, and it seems pretty wild, man. It's like it almost feels like the WWF Attitude Era, like in real life, right? Vince McMahon versus Steve Austin. I don't know.
People lost control.
I missed that wrestling.
The AEW thing, people just sort of AEW is run by one guy. It's not a company, right? The WWE has become a corporation, so they have legal and all this other stuff. AEW is run by one super rich dude who is a hardcore wrestling fan from like the jump.
Right.
He spends his money. They put great shows. I love AEW. I really do. They put a live mic in front of CM Punk, who is known. I've been a CM Punk fan for a very long time. That guy is known to shoot his mouth off. His most famous thing in wrestling is not a match. His most famous thing in wrestling is called the pipe bomb promo, where he grabbed an open microphone and the camera was on, and he just ripped Vince McMahon, the WWE. This is when he was working for them at the time. Well, Punk wrestled Sunday, and he was hurt. He was that guy was beat up bad. And they do a press conference and they answer questions. He just decided to go off. He ripped his boss. He ripped his opponents. He ripped the other guys in the back who are actually officers of the company as well. They're wrestlers and they're executive vice presidents. He shredded everybody, told his boss to be quiet, I'm talking, and then he left.
That will never go over well.
Very shortly after he left, you see the next person doing the press conference. You see security go racing past them. Apparently, some brawl starts in the back between CM Punk and his buddy, a former wrestler named Ace Steel, who used to work for AEW, but I'm guessing not anymore. And they get into a fight with 3 guys from AEW that are the executive vice presidents.
Yeah, EXPs, man. Like, come on, that's crazy.
And they started going at it. One guy got bitten and had to be treated for the fight. One guy got hit with a chair, and his eye is so swollen he won't be on TV tonight. They all
so now we know that every chair hit on wrestling was always fake because no one came out with a black eye.
The bad thing is somebody didn't grab a camera and start filming.
This is the thing. One of their guys does a YouTube show called Being the Elite. There is a recording of this out there somewhere, but I think the guy doesn't want to put it out there because no one loses his job.
Makes sense.
Oh no, it's the more you're hearing, the more you're finding out that these people don't like this people. A lot of it sounds very high school, little cliques or whatever. Apparently, at one point, they kicked open Punk's door. I guess Punk tried to leave the situation or whatever. These 2 guys went over and they just kicked his door open. Punches started throwing. CM Punk fought in MMA. He actually can handle himself a little bit. He was studying jiu-jitsu before it was like a fad.
And he was hurt, right? He had the shattered foot or whatever that's going on with him, right?
Yeah, he's just. I think the deal is CM Punk has always been real testy, and I love CM Punk, I really do. But I think his time has passed, and you just want to accept it. Physically, he can't go. You know what I mean? He's in good shape, but he's not great shape. He's 43 or 44, and he's been working since he was 18 or 19. A lot of people, Triple B just mentioned this, a lot of people are still thinking it's a work. You're going to find out in about 21 minutes because
whether he shows up, if he shows up tonight,
and apparently the owner of the company is going to speak. From what we've been told online, the police were called. I don't think they'd have called the police if this was a work.
Right.
I don't think there would be like a public record of emergency responder patching up a bite in someone. I think you can fake a lot of stuff in wrestling. I don't know if you start faking police reports. That seems to me like.
Do you remember when they would do that in the Attitude Era? There would be a camera that would just happen to follow somebody into a dressing room. Right. It feels like that, but in real life, man, I was
he
like,
just chases them.
I was like, I think I want to get back into wrestling, y'all.
Kenneth Bird, if you submitted the form, I'm sure we have it. So not to worry. I can't check from here only because this is not a computer that I can get my email off of. All right.
A good buddy of mine has written for Sports Illustrated, for Bleacher Report. Jonathan Snowden. I guess that's a little bit of a name drop too.
I was literally going to say his name. Just do it.
Say Jonathan Snowden. He's been on TV. He's done a bunch of stuff. He stepped away a little bit because he has kids now, so he can't be like in every fight and wrestling match anymore. But he talked about this today. He knows people in the company, and all he said was, he's like, I'm not gonna spoil any of that stuff, but he's like, I'm telling you, this isn't a work. Something legitimately happened where they call it working yourself into a shoot in pro wrestling, which means you get so carried away. The next thing you know, you're fighting with somebody. They would tell legendary stories in the WWF in the Attitude Era where guys had just worked themselves into shoots, and the Undertaker would go over and just punch someone dead in the face and knock them out.
All right, let me throw a slab book up there, and then I got something else to impress Robbie with.
Nice transition.
I like heels, CBB. I'm like waiting for the second season of that.
All right, so we got Jurassic League #1, CDC graded, guaranteed 9.8.
I heard this. I heard that was
$89.99. We have the one available for $60.19.
I heard that's actually I heard it's really good. I didn't have an opportunity to read it.
It's fun. The problem is they do switch artists by issue 3 and into 4, and so it gets a little bit. They're great artists, but it's just a different vibe. But overall, it's a fun series. It's the Justice League as dinosaurs. It's not trying to be anything more than that. There needs to be some action figures. There needs to be some action figures. If they put action figures and these comics in, I think kids would eat that stuff up.
I know I would if I was a
the
kid.
response to when Marvel did their Marvel Apes, the Ape Avengers or whatever, and people were like, "Oh, the story was, blah blah." I'm like, wait a minute, it's the Avengers as apes. There's no continuity here.
JLA did that though. It wasn't JLA because it was JL Ape, is what it was. I remember that, like in the '90s. Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, I remember people complaining about, "Oh, this isn't right."
And we had Art Adams covers and stuff, right? Like, who would ever complain about Art Adams drawing an ape Superman or whatever? Like, come on.
Sometimes it's just okay to enjoy the book. Like, that's what I tell people when I do like comic chats or whatever. Look, everybody likes to complain about everything, but let me tell you, sometimes it's okay to just enjoy the book. Pick it up, buy it, enjoy it, read it, do whatever you want with it. Everything doesn't have to be, chronologically in order, whatever. I mean, I understand sometimes it's annoying. It upsets OCD people. But when it's something like Jurassic League or JL Ape or something, come on, man. They're just doing a few issues to have some fun.
All right, so here's something else to impress Robbie with. So,
Robbie
still
don't
in high
impress that
school.
easy.
Yeah, watch this. I was still in high school. 1981, I saw the Rolling Stones at what was then JFK Stadium.
JFK Stadium.
And that was a hell of a concert. I gotta
Nice.
tell you that was super cool.
Never seen the Stones, man, and even then they were like 80 years old, bro. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
They
Ages
luckily
the time
Mick
was-
Jagger never ages. He always looks like he's 80 years old.
You know what I saw at JFK Stadium?
What?
I saw a bunch of shows at JFK Stadium. But
Did you really? Oh, that was huge.
Hey, you got to say that a little bit louder. You got to say
My
that a
wife-
little bit louder.
my wife found the shirt, and she's like, "You were never this small."
What
I'm
shirt?
Like, yeah, what's about Live Aid.
Oh, bro, you were at Live Aid?
Yeah,
I
dude,
lived.
that was
I was
huge.
18, I was like, 16
John, I need your
miles.
autograph, John. Can you send me your autograph
that's
on
cool.
some live Aid? Dude, that's
Yeah, that
super
was
awesome.
huge
That's
at
super
the
cool,
time.
man.
When Live Aid came out, that was massive.
Dude, that's like Woodstock 99 big, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
right?
man.
That's back in those days. The only way you got tickets to stuff like that. I worked in the food business, so I always had a lot of cash. And the only way you got that is people list that whatever. No, you'd go up to a shady dude and you just have a fistful of money, and you'd get your tickets and you'd go in.
Back when scalpers were truly scalpers.
Scalpers. I mean, they would
The
watch
real
you. They would see. Back in the JFK days, you knew certain lot numbers. Like scalpers would be in lot J.
Yeah.
They let you know on the street, like, we'll be in lot J.
And the
So if
cops
you didn't
more or
have
less
tickets,
ignored it.
that's how most of the cops got tickets to events.
Yeah, I mean, and ticket scalping was a misdemeanor.
Oh yeah, you can make $10,000 scalping tickets, and the judge would be like, "That's $75."
Yeah,
All right,
it's
man.
like it's not even worth the cops' time to fill out the paperwork.
Live Aid was one of those shows where everybody was just sort of leaning against each other. It was sort of like gross and sweaty, but like you wouldn't change. You would not undo going there, no matter how bad a time there was. One of my friends that went with us, she literally passed out and got sick, and we forgot about her because we were just watching the show and we didn't care. Hours later, we found her, and she had what we hoped was mud in her hair. And
That sounds just like Woodstock 99, bro.
and we were sort of like, are you okay? And she's like, I wouldn't. And we felt bad. We're like, oh, you upset? She's like, no, this is the best time of my life. And I'm like,
So since we're talking about concerts real quick, I feel like I need to flex on this one super quick. So I talked about the My Chemical Romance earlier, and I ended up buying those tickets at the beginning of the year. I knew that's been one of my favorite bands for all time. I loved them growing up. I'd never had an opportunity to see them. And I knew I just moved back. I saw that they were playing in Philly. I said to myself, I got to do it. I got to buy these tickets. I don't care. So this was when Philly and I guess Pennsylvania still had the COVID mandates going on. Yeah. And the Wells Fargo Arena wasn't open to everybody just yet. They still had a mask mandate. They had all these mandates going on. The whole upper seating wasn't available. And these tickets opened up, and they were, at the time, they were club seats. It was the only stuff available. And I was like, oh, club seat? I mean, for a concert, it is what it is. That's probably going to be cool, but whatever. So I bought it anyway. It's like $200. And I was so pumped. I get to the stadium that night. I'm thinking I got some club seats. And by the way, obviously, the COVID mandates, they ended. The whole stadium was completely packed. But at the time, I had the nosebleeds of the seats. And I got there, and I get to go to the area where the club seats are, whatever. And the lady's like, hey, no, you don't go up here. You got to go take the elevator or the escalator up. And I was like, I don't know, whatever. Turns out I had sweet seats. Like, it was insane. The chairs were leather. They had the bar. They didn't have a hot tub, but they had a personal bathroom in there in each of the suites. There was like your own bathroom. There was a bar right outside. I didn't order any food up there. It's usually meant for a group, obviously, but it was the best experience I have ever
just
had.
You by yourself in the suite?
There was 5 other people. There was 5 or 6 other people. I went by myself.
That's
there
super
were 6
cool,
other
though.
people.
That's super, and I applaud you, man. Like, going by yourself to something like that is an experience everybody needs to have. Like, seriously.
I saw Kiss by myself too.
Oh wow.
I don't mind. I've seen when I lived out in Oklahoma. I saw a bunch of Thunder games by myself. I don't mind doing. I grew up as an only child. I don't mind doing things by myself like that. But it was I feel like since I experienced what a suite is, there's no way that I can ever go back to any sort of other. It's like what you say, John. You got to do first class. You got to do this. And even me, I'm like, nah, I don't mind that. Well, once you experience it, you can't go back.
I did VIP at 311 one year, and we had our own bar, our own bathroom. People were bringing us drinks. It was like a lush experience. We had our own little area to go to before the show. It was awesome. The next year I bought VIP, and all it meant was that we got in earlier. So it's like it can be a mixed bag sometimes, right? But when you get when you get something that does it right, man, there's nothing better.
So Stevie B says he's surprised that this conversation has been devoid of spam talk or any mention of the B-52s. Big fan of B-52s. Never seen them in concert. So
yeah, I'm a big fan of spam. Never seen spam in concert.
So. Me neither.
I saw the B-52s right before the pandemic.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they were in Atlantic City.
Nice. I love the B-52s. All right. Do we have any more books to get to? Man, I'm so sorry. This show's been so
People are here for us. They can get comments anywhere.
I like that. I like that logic right there. Let's do another slab book, though.
You're going to have to knock some money off these books. People have been waiting a long time.
Spawn number 327, Spider-Man homage variant cover, CGC graded 9.8, suggested retail of $89.99. We have one available for $69.99. And I just realized we're coming close to the best offer deadline. So about 6 minutes left on best offer. So we're going to do a recap on the best offers real quick. I love Meatloaf. Never seen him in concert. Big fan as well.
That would be awesome. That would have been so cool.
Would have been. All right. So let's do a recap on the best offer.
I totally forgot he passed.
Star Trek Green Lantern Dynamic Forces variant signing gold by Jay Lee. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is a best offer book starting at $19.66. Then we had Action Comics number 1000, 1940s variant, signed by Dan Jurgens in silver. Suggested retail of $69.99. It is a best offer book, and Ed Weird is in the lead at $19.38. And that's it, actually, isn't it? On the best offers? Yeah, there are only 2 best offers tonight. Let's do a full recap while we're.
So nobody's bid on the Jay Lee signature yet, right?
Nobody's bid on the Jay Lee. I'm shocked at that one.
Someone could get away with that one right now, man.
Cruise ships.
Okay, so the recap is concerts that we've seen, cruise ships, and whether or not they're advisable, and how big they are, and whether or not you'll get seasick. The fact that Robbie and Alec do not. Well, I don't know if Robbie doesn't like flying, but he hasn't.
Are they feuding now? Are we supposed to be putting over the state feud?
Okay.
We're going to work this out maybe in a couple weeks. We'll see what happens.
Alec won't get on a boat. We've determined that. Doesn't like to fly.
I don't mind flying. Even like I'll fly first class if I have to, but it's not like I'm like, ooh, let's take a plane today. I'm happy to road trip, take the train. If I could take a boat to Florida, I would.
Some of these other Daredevil books.
3 hours is my limit. All right.
3 hours is your limit on a plane?
The Homewrecker special recap.
Drive.
Okay.
All right. So when Rubenstein wants to see the Daredevil books, so let's go through those again. Okay?
Oh, Edward said, don't forget that he bought the Homewrecker special.
I don't recap the ones that are sold, buddy. So just so you know, Edward, I don't do a recap on items that have already been claimed. All right. So we had Daredevil number 25, signed in black by Frank Miller. And we have one available for $168. Then we have the Daredevil number 25 signed in gold by Frank Miller, and that's $299.99. Now, let me throw this one out there. We've got Daredevil number 600, Grand All variant, signed by Charles Soule. We have that one available for $40. Oh, thank you, Edward. And then part of the recap, we had the Homewrecker story as well.
I think this is a dope cover, cool signature. That does not look like that spells out Charles Soule. I'm just going to tell you that, man. Not at all.
Let's take a look.
I was going to say that first letter doesn't even remotely look like it's.
No, I'm sure it's his signature. I'm just saying it doesn't look like it's signed. It doesn't look like that's what it's.
Go ahead, JD.
So we had two of those. The $40 one is Charles Soule. I don't think I have the picture of that. The other one is with Frank Miller, and it's a little more expensive.
You are correct. We don't. Oh wait, no, we don't have it.
There it's on the second on the other side. There you go.
Here it is. This one. So it's this one.
Well, the other one didn't look like it said Frank Miller either. Okay, there's.
Robbie, you're kind of contrary today.
I'm sorry. It's Wednesday. I don't know. It's just fun. I love being here with AR. I love this. I love this vibe.
It must be this feud with Alec going on. It's really got.
No, I actually love this guy, man. We're gonna have a bromance instead. That's what we're gonna do.
All right, Preston. You are claiming the one signed by Charles Soule, right? I'm assuming. So I'm gonna put you down for that one, my friend.
All right. All right, hang tight though. We're talking about this feud here. We got a Cowboys fan right underneath. You guys just signed Jason Peters.
And he's a Lakers fan.
It doesn't matter about the Lakers, man.
Yeah,
that's a little rough one.
That doesn't matter, man. Don't kick a dead horse, man. Come on.
You took Peters, man.
Hey, I'm just gonna say right now we're all friends. Football starts this weekend. And I'm ready.
So excited. I'm so excited.
And you've seen the power rankings, haven't you, for the East, right?
I think Eagles are 8th in the NFL for power rankings.
Yeah, it's power rankings in preseason matter little in any sport.
Your O-line looks a little suspect, Robbie. That's all I'm saying.
The whole team.
I just want everybody to point out who are the insecure fans right here.
I'm just saying, I hope CD Lamb can do the job if you don't got no.
I'm just so pumped to hear my man Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football. I cannot be more excited. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, man. I hope CD Lamb can make all them grabs because you ain't got nothing else.
You can CD something, but I'm not going to get one to it because it's kind of a family show. So there you go.
I know.
That was a 3-pointer. He just shot right there.
Too bad Russell Westbrook can't hit those. Anyway, moving on.
I'll tell you what, though. I love seeing
looks like he's going to be a Laker this year. Ron.
Ain't nobody going to take that contract off of us.
Thursday Night Football now is on Amazon, right? Yeah.
Is it?
So that'd be kind of cool.
Really?
And weird Detroit Lions all the way.
Poor guy.
I have to say,
hey, giving you a virtual hug, buddy. Okay, because that ain't ever going to happen.
I'll tell you what.
That's terrible.
Yeah, we might have to send you a free something or another at weird.
Well, Eagles play Lions week 1. I'll tell you what. I'm always scared to play the Lions. I'm sorry, buddy. They're not good, but it's one of those teams where it's like, oh, for the love of God, do not lose to them, please.
Well, Jalen Hurts better show up, dude.
He will. I'm very confident in him.
We got the Bucks. Who would you rather have? The Bucks or the Lions for week 1?
Yeah, well, you're not going to have a good week.
We're going to have a great week 1. Y'all just wait and see.
Distracted.
Here's the thing with the Cowboys, though. They do always start off insanely strong. They
AR,
lose
let's
to
do
the
this.
bad
Let's
team.
do this. AR, what do you want to bet? I bet on the Cowboys Sunday night. What you want to bet? What you got here? What you got? You going to shave your eyebrows? What are we doing here?
Wait. Are you betting on the Cowboys against the Bucks? Is that what you're saying?
Man, come on. What's going on?
Okay. All right. You do realize this is taped and it will be on the site. So you've just said that.
Wait, okay. what are we betting? You want to bet a taco? I'll ship you a taco anything. If we lose.
Alec, bet him anything, dude.
I don't know. I don't know what to bet. No, here's the thing with the Cowboys. As much as I don't like them, they start off insanely strong and they beat all the teams that they shouldn't beat. They lose to all the teams that they should win against. It's the weirdest team.
Hey man, it
happens. You know that. You do it every year.
Mm-hmm.
You come out like what 9 and you basically go even almost every other year. You have one extra win, and it's because you beat every team you're not supposed to beat. And you lose to all the ones you should beat every year.
What year was it again that they won the Super Bowl again?
95 was last year, bro. Okay, let's get over that.
Oh yeah,
okay?
that's right. It's been longer than my daughter's been on the planet. I'm just saying.
I think I was 3 years old.
I was 14. It was a good year for me.
Oh my God. All right. So we got to be coming close to actually 1 more minute, I think, for the best offer item. So again, we got no offers on
Best offers are over, bro. Best offers are over, man.
The show's over, man.
Really?
Yeah, we got to do the giveaway.
Oh, yeah, it's 7:57. Oh, you know what? We got to do the giveaway.
You're sidetracking
All right.
the show.
That's all right. They went over on us the earlier show, so we'll go over. All right. So if you haven't entered, we'll give you like a couple seconds to get in. Hashtag Happy B-Day John, lowercase EXP, uppercase, and for a shot to win an entire box of Reg Sonya's She-Devil.
And it's cool.
And this is valued at $1,200. And I kid you not.
Sketch cards,
when we had them, we were selling for $1,200 a box. Very high end. So you get an opportunity to win it. JD, if you will, spin that wheel.
And here we go. Who's going to win the box? Oh,
And weird. Congratulations.
That's what feel better to be a Lions fan now, doesn't it?
I know.
Yeah, you know what? God heard that and said, "Oh, I'm going to make it weird to winner."
Yeah, he literally heard that. He said, "Damn, we got a Lions fan." Oh.
Let's be honest. It should really go to Stevie B. You know, he's a Jets fan. Okay. And
I was gonna say I saw that comment too. I saw that comment. I was like, oh my gosh, the Jets.
So I feel bad for Giants fans or Jets fans. Dude, I was at a Jets game years and years ago when Bubby Brister was their starting quarterback. That's how long ago it was. It was not hard getting tickets. Right before halftime, the Jets fans were booing the Jets. And then at halftime, half the stadium cleared. Okay. I mean, that was a regular Jets game at the Meadowlands. Oh, my God.
They were booing during the warm-ups.
Where Rubenstein, congratulations, buddy, on winning that.
Please don't remind me of the butt fumble, man.
Yep.
The butt fumble.
Oh,
it's not easy being a Cowboys fan. I don't know why y'all like to pick on us anymore, man, but it's okay.
Oh, then you know what? Make that the topic for Friday. I'll make a list. It'll be long.
Nobody's going to watch our football show, man. We got to come up with something saucier. I guess we got to talk about Clayton Crane.
What's wrong with people that are Cowboys?
I was going to say, just give it a couple more days for the Clayton Crane thing.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. No, I don't want to. We're not going to do a show on that. I'd rather argue about television again with Rex. That would be fun.
That's a good call.
Ed Weird was the winner. I'm sorry. Did I say somebody else, JD? My mistake. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today, this evening. With happy birthday, John.
Thanks again.
Thank you, Alec, as always on Wednesdays. Thank you, Robbie, for
crashing in on this night out, man. We appreciate
coming
it.
in on your day off. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. This is fun.
When we have all of us on the show, it's really a lot of fun. I gotta tell you, it's a blast.
Yeah.
We need to do this more often, y'all. This is fun. I like this. I like this vibe. Hey, you're a cool guy, man. I'll say that before the season.
Thank you.
So there you go.
Oh no.
You're a good guy too, buddy.
We're going into football season. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be definitely fun.
And I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and CBR is gonna have hosts firing at each other on Experience. What?
Oh my gosh. So everybody have a great night. Don't forget Nick will be here on Friday night on the Experience Original Art Show, 7 p.m. I will be on Robbie's channel, Pop Culture Philosophers, at noontime Eastern Time. Don't even know what the topic is, but usually Robbie comes up with something pretty interesting. And the reason I don't know what it is because Robbie doesn't know what it is yet either. So I'll get the email. Oh, no, he does.
I always give Rex a homework assignment. Right?
On Friday morning, I get the email. Today's topic and bring examples to show your work.
He spins the wheel. What are we going to talk about today? Is there something up next, or is it 9 o'clock?
JD, what's up next, buddy?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, right? Weekend Warriors?
Yeah.
Wednesday Warriors is up next at 9 o'clock, although we are working on something that might be going in the slot between those two shows very soon. So keep your eyes peeled.
Cool. All right, guys. Again, thank you, guys. We'll see everybody next Monday. All right, and check me and Robbie out on Friday, noontime on his channel, Pop Culture Philosophers. It's a good time. It really is, man. Especially when Robbie comes up with one of them good topics we usually go over. So be safe, everyone.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Get the inside scoop on everything happening at the experience every week. Join our mailing list by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen and then watching your email inbox.